I love my job. I love living in Illinois and spending every day working to improve the lives of our residents. In a world seemingly filled with chaos, it's a privilege to be tasked with bringing stability and progress. We live in a state that's filled with people who exude decency and kindness. And if you take the time to listen, Illinoisans will tell you rich and rewarding stories about how we came to be who we are. Here in Springfield, one of the most interesting guys I know is Ian Hunt, the head of acquisitions at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum. And if you ask Ian, he will tell you one of my favorite stories. Illinois owns an original version of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. It's known as the Everett copy, one of only 5 to have been handwritten by Abraham Lincoln himself. It's named after Edward Everett, a famed orator and a former Massachusetts senator and governor. At Gettysburg on November 19, 1863, Everett was the other guy who spoke. He gave a 2-hour speech that almost no one remembers. Whenever it was finished, Abraham Lincoln got up and he delivered a 2-minute speech that has never been forgotten. A life lesson for every politician. The Everett copy of Lincoln's Gettysburg Address remained in private hands for almost 8 years, and then in 1943, with a world war raging across the globe, word came to Illinois Governor Dwight Green. The owner of the Everett copy had passed away, and the document was likely to be auctioned off. Governor Green desperately wanted Illinois to own this priceless piece of history that is so intimately connected to our most famous son. So his administration came to an agreement with the seller to purchase it for $60,000. The problem was Illinois didn't have $60,000 to spend on the Gettysburg Address in 1943, and Governor Green knew this. So he did something unusual. He enlisted the school children of Illinois to collect pennies and nickels to raise the money. There must have been great skepticism that kids were going to come up with enough money to buy the Gettysburg Address for the state, especially in the middle of a world war, and at the heels of the Great Depression. But no one should ever doubt the children of Illinois. A few years ago, a newspaper interviewed a Springfield man named Gene Rubley, who noted that as a young boy in 1943, he sacrificed his Saturday afternoon movie for a few months so that he could give his weekly allowance to the donation drive. It took the children of Illinois only 6 months to raise $40,000. Marshall Field III, the grandson of the famous department store magnate, helped with the rest. In March of 1944, almost exactly 80 years ago, 4 school children presented the handwritten Gettysburg Address to the Illinois State Historical Library, and it has been our most valuable state artifact ever since. I love this story. It has everything: imagination, ingenuity, sacrifice, patriotism. It includes elected officials who didn't stop at no, and children with a vision beyond their years, doing something important for our future. It's a story about how, penny by penny, Illinoisans once saved something important.